Hi, I'm Tam, and I'll show you everything you can visit in Delhi, from must-see monuments and local markets to hidden gems and chaotic streets. Because planning a trip to India can feel overwhelming, but I've got you. Whether you're planning your trip or just curious to see if Delhi is worth it, this video will help you decide. So take a deep breath and let's dive into the wildest cities I've ever visited.
We're starting today with Humayun's tomb. Okay, now, so you need a token to go in.
Humayun's tomb is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and the inspiration for the Taj Mahal. So let me show you why this breathtaking monument is a must visit when you're in Delhi.
So this is the thumbs, and then we have this section with a lot of writings talking about God, and this is to show to what direction was the Mecca in order to pray towards it. And I'm very impressed that we can just come and touch if we want to. There's no protection of anything. You can walk through the thumbs, you can climb any stairs, and I feel like this is not gonna last all time, and probably for the best. You can see here people who have written inside. Very, very interesting. Beautiful, for sure. And people come here to do their photo shoots, to do TikToks, videos. It's full of youngsters wearing really nice clothes. And I love that it's full of life. This was like the commercial area. People who sold things and traveled could stay here in order to sell for longer times. All of this is just a thumb. And we went to this one first. This used to be a mosque, but it's not used anymore. We walked through here, past this. There's a commercial center and another mosque. And this is the entrance. And then we keep walking to see, finally, Humayun's tomb. Look at this majestic piece of architecture surrounded by beautiful gardens. All of this is in the middle of Delhi. So who is this important man? He was the second emperor of the Mughal Empire, and in 1556 he died tragically falling down his library stairs. His wife was so heartbroken that she decided to create this beautiful tomb worthy of an emperor. Let's go up the stairs. Wow, look at this. Wow! The Mughals were Muslims, and Muslims are very keen to keep everything symmetrical. So that's why you're gonna see lots of shapes, such as stars, such as flowers, and all of them symmetrical. Beautiful work. I really cannot believe I'm in here. Look at this. Wow! So this is the entrance where I come from. It's a huge landscape, and as you can see, there's a lot of gardens. This is the first garden tomb in all India. Look how beautiful it is, and you can see a lot of fountains. Water is a main character because it is like heaven. It symbolizes purity, heaven, and it also freshens up everything around. Honestly, it's really a masterpiece of Persian and Mughal architecture, a strong Muslim presence, and it's made out of marble and red sandstone that actually shines if you look closely. Oh, this is incredible. Okay, let's go in. So here we are inside, but this is not only Humayun's tomb. This is actually the tomb of 150 Mughal royals, and we can actually go through the doors and see them all. Centuries later, this tomb inspired the construction of the Taj Mahal. So this is not just a tomb, this is literally a blueprint for India's most iconic landmark. I cannot believe that this is just open to the public. Here we have 3 more tombs. The tomb complex includes princesses, queens, courtiers and even gardeners, barbers, because all of these people had a very close proximity to the emperor, the Shah, the king, or whoever it was. They had access to him. So interesting. I am very impressed and amazed that I'm able to walk in here by myself and there's no security or guards or anything. As long as everybody keeps being respectful, I'm happy. I'm really happy to be here. I really recommend to come here. Welcome to the Red Fort, the heart of Delhi. In 1638, Shah Jahan, the same man who constructed Jama Masjid and the Taj Mahal, decides to move the capital from Agra to Delhi. And he needed a place that was protected and grandiose to live. He couldn't live just anywhere. So he decided to construct this beautiful fort called Lal Kila, made out of red sandstone with a height of 18 meters. This is where he was gonna reign his new city, Shah Jahan Mabad. That's his name and land. This is not just a fort, a big wall, no. Inside the fort, you will be able to find palaces, gardens, patios. There was a shopping center, there are a lot of mosques, and you can find also his throne, or at least you could, full of precious gemstones and of course, gold and other precious metals. During 200 years, the Red Fort was the heart of the Mughal Empire until the British came and conquered. They actually used this for British offices. But once India finally got its independence, the first Prime Minister decided to celebrate its independence, putting up the Indian flag right here. So every 15th of August, India celebrates its independence by putting up an Indian flag right here. So today we're not entering the fort because there's another fort in Agra that they say is much grandiose, much beautiful, much bigger, much more cleaner. So we're gonna go inside that one. But if you're only going to Delhi, I really recommend you to come here. I was able to come in another time. But if you're only coming to Delhi, you have to come here. This is a must. And you'll probably come here because it's right in front of Chandni Chowk, the super chaotic, amazing, beautiful, but also full of things, full of people, and full of other not that nice things market. So Rizwan was telling us that this area was full of crocodiles, so nobody could go in. Right in front of the Red Fort, you're gonna find Chandni Chowk. Here it is, Chandni Chowk. If you dare to cross the street, the super busy street, well, also now it's peak traffic time right now. But Red Fort, Chandni Chowk, which I already went to.
By the way, if you're wondering why Chandni Chowk isn't in this video, it's because I already made a full video about this crazy iconic market. Check the Intro to India video, that's where it is. But let's continue.
And you can see all about it, or at least as much as I could record, in my other video about the introduction to India. And now we're walking towards the train, the metro, because we still have time to go to one of the attractions that I am most excited about. I'll tell you about it. And it's so good that there's a metro station here because getting a car would be impossible. So here's the metro station entrance and we go down. And thank God, because also it's really hot today and the train station at least has AC. It'll be a nice rest from the sun, being inside the shade with the AC, and you can even buy some water, and that's what I'm gonna do right now. So we left the purple line and now we're gonna go to another colored line. I don't know. So we gotta change lines. It's not, oh, it's the blue one. Está bonito. This is the Indian hymn. Ah, Surizwa. With this lamp. Very nice. Okay, this is the entrance of the market. Wow. Nice. And if you're into shopping, you've come to India, the right place for this. It's full with different markets. You can find markets that sell about everything. Right now I'm in Janpath Market, which is at a very central location at CP. CP is like a section that is a little bit more modern, full of restaurants and very touristic oriented. As you can see in Janpath Market, you can find a lot of traditional clothing as well as very modern style clothes. You can find shoes, you can find a lot of different souvenirs, and the costs are very low, but also you're expected to bargain. You're expected to bring the price lower. People here are used to it and it's fun and you'll enjoy it. But this is not the only market, as I said. Delhi is full of them. One of the most famous ones is Chandni Chowk, the one where I spent the whole day on my first impressions about India. Chandni Chowk is not only clothing and souvenir, you can find about everything. Electronics, furniture, watches, glasses, spices, everything. But Chandni Chowk is not for everyone. It's full of people, it's a chaos, it's the old Delhi city center. So of course you're gonna expect something like that. If that is not your scene, you should go to Dhobi Ghat, another market that I visited at night, but at daylight should be much more beautiful. It's orderly, it's clean, it's organized. You feel very, very, very safe. If chaos and a lot of people is not your style, although to achieve this, you have to pay an entrance fee of 100 rupees, which is not much, honestly. And another good thing about Dhobi Ghat is that everything there will be authentic, original. Unlike in other markets that can be pirated or can be just like a copy of an original work. You can also visit Lajpat Nagar, which is another market with tons of saris and kurtas. It specializes on wedding garments. It's not the cheapest one, but it's really good. And I also very much enjoy going there. And the last market I visited was Khan Market, which is much more modern. And you can see a little bit of less traditional clothing. You still have your saris, but you also have like Ladure Restaurant Cafe or more Occidental style stores. It looks more like what we would have in other countries in the Americas. The actual market is over there, but you will find the whole area full of other stores. You will never lack of stores or merchandising that you can buy. Lots of options everywhere. So this is the city complex, which is a lot of restaurants in a white building, and we're gonna have lunch here in Sagar Ratna. This is a chain restaurant and you can find it everywhere around India, and it has a lot of different traditional options. It looks good so far. So we'll go now. Oh, namaste, thank you. Wow, it looks kind of very elegant. This one, it looks so elegant and it smells so good. This is so nice. This is like a fried chickpea cracker covered with yogurt and spices and some little pomegranates, and it's delicious. It's really good. This one's called idli chaat and it's usually street food, but in this place it's amazing. Okay, now that Rizwan explained how to eat this, I got my puri. You open it up a little bit. You do this. Really good. Tasty. It's not spicy, at least this one, but there's so many flavors in this plate that you have to try them all. Wow. Okay, let's try this other one. Everything's very tasty. Oh, this is the okra you were saying, ladyfinger? Ladyfinger. This is ladyfinger or okra vegetables. Very good. So if you want to try a lot of different things at the same time, you should order a thali. This is the name of the plate. And usually, this is a southern one specifically. I believe the southern part comes from the puri, but also the different plates that you get here. Okay, and as always, I ordered a paneer tikka masala. This is my favorite dish. Guilty, I always order the same thing over and over and over again. It looks delicious. I'm glad that I was able to try the thali because it's a good combination of everything. But this, and each place makes it in a different way, so some places will be better than others. And I'm gonna accompany it with some butter naan, which is this kind of bread, and they put some butter on top of it. And that's how you can grab it. It's really, really good. Everything in this restaurant so far has been amazing. Really, really good. Not as spicy as other places in India, in Delhi. And there's a big selection of different foods. You actually got tofu, what was it?
Soya?
He got soy, something in soy. And I'm not really sure what it is, but it's very flavorful. You can feel like kind of like a grilled flavor, like a cooked flavor. And it's not spicy either. This chain, 100% recommended. I am surprised how we've been here for like 10 days and we haven't eaten in this chain. It's amazing and the prices are really good as well. Recommend?
Super, mega recomendado.
Mega recommended. It's really good.
We finished our lunch. It was amazing, delicious. I had 2 chais. 2 because I needed the caffeine.
Welcome to one of the most iconic places in India, the Qutub Minar. This is not the entrance, this is just where you buy your tickets. There's a different cost for foreigners, of course, versus Indians for the entry fee. And the entry fee is this little kind of coin token that is really cute. I have no idea why it's that way. And the actual entrance is on the other side. Look at those schoolgirls all over the place. Thank you. Wow, okay. The teachers were kind of fighting with their students. I don't know what was happening, but it's none of my business. There's a lot of schoolgirls lining up for this field trip of the Qutub Minar complex. So yeah, we're in the Qutub Minar complex. It's a whole big section and it's not just one monument. There's more than 9 monuments. Look how beautiful it is. I really enjoy seeing a group of schoolgirls because, I don't know, they're always wanting to say hi to the camera. I know being a foreigner always attracts them because I guess they don't see a lot of foreigners or cameras. It's just like a fun experience and it just makes me happy because everybody's so nice, everybody likes talking and everybody's looking at the camera all the time. Some people have asked me if it bothers me, but not at all. Yes? You want a picture? Okay, quick, fast, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
Let me
okay.
kiss. ये बता।
Again.
भाई तुम खींच लो इसका कैमरा थोड़ा।
This is starting all over again. Yes. Oh. But this isn't just a tall, pretty tower. It's a monument that tells a lot about power, ambition, and it marks the start of a completely new era for India. Picture this. Delhi was ruled by Hindu kings in the 12th century until a new power came into this area. And this was a new Muslim dynasty, the Ghurid dynasty. After a fierce battle, Qutbuddin Aibak won. This new power emerged victorious. And what do you do once you win a huge battle over a big territory? You make sure that nobody forgets that you hold the power. And how did they achieve this? By constructing this beautiful minaret. But this minaret is not just a normal one. A minaret usually is a religious symbol that shows that there's a mosque, and the top of the tower is used to call for the 5 daily Muslim prayers that usually minarets have. But this is not a normal one. This is not a watchtower. This is not just a pretty symbol. This is a victory tower. A victory tower was a way to say we are here, we are in power, and this is how things are gonna be done from now on. And what started as a 27-meter tower ended up as a 72.5 meter one, the tallest brick minaret in the whole world till this day. So the minaret is here since the 12th century, but you want to see something way older? Right next to it is this iron pillar. Yes, this has 1,600 years old. This structure was created since year 375, and historians till this day are amazed how this pure iron thing is still standing and has not rusted with the changing weathers of Delhi. So it was actually moved to this position at the time of the minaret was put here. But history doesn't stop there. Do you see this structure? Oh my god, and even at night it's stunning. They light it up with all of these lights, and the Qutub Minar has a light show and it's really, really beautiful. We stayed, it caught us by surprise. We knew, but we kind of forgot about it when we were here. Even at night it's beautiful. You have to come here to see the sunset. It's stunning. Fun fact, it's a UNESCO World Heritage. I forgot to mention that. So yeah, completely recommended. It surpassed all of my expectations. Come to the Qutub Minar. There's people just putting up to dry their clothes. These are towels, linens. It's just here in the middle of the street. You have no space? No problem. You have the streets. Amazing. So we arrived to a public laundry place, Dhobi Ghat, and this is not a touristic spot. This is an actual place where people do their laundries with mostly non-electric machinery. It opens at 5 a.m. and it closes at 2 p.m. Right now it's almost 2 p.m. That's why it's kind of empty. And you can actually come here. You have to bring your own detergent and clean your own clothes. And you can put them to dry on the streets like we saw. Or there's even here a little kind of section to dry your clothes too. That is really hectic. If I had known about this, I wouldn't have paid the laundromat what I paid. I have no idea how much it is, but they're gonna bring the clothes tomorrow and it's gonna be a surprise. Look at those holes, that seems so useful. Also bathtubs, amazing. Oh, you're going to cut hair?
Yeah.
And beard?
Yeah.
Nice. In the street. It's the first time I see a barber here, yeah. Really very cool. Very, very cool. Do they cut women's hairs too? Oh. I have to go to a special place so they cut my hair. One can dream. Got the water, now we're taking another rickshaw to the India Gate. And the rickshaw and it costed 55 rupees and we ordered it through the app. And Fatima ordered 2 chais and they're not ready and the tuk-tuk is here. Fati, what are you gonna do? She says just to get inside the tuk-tuk. Hello. There she comes. Okay. Cheers. Oh, too hot, 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 hot. Ah! We are sorry. Okay, perfect. We just arrived. Getting a rickshaw ride does not get old. I really enjoy them. And now we gotta walk. To order rickshaws, you can actually use your Uber app, but there are many other apps that are much more cost effective, like the one that my guy just used that is called Rapido. And it's like half the cost. The problem is that you need an Indian phone number. Getting a SIM card is very easy, but I explained that on my guide video with much more detail. Welcome to India Gate. This right here is a memorial for all of the fallen Indian soldiers that participated in World War II and in the Third Anglo-Afghan War. And the reason why they participated is because the British were actually using the Indian army for their advantage. Instead of fighting just their own wars with their own army, they used Indian soldiers and 90,000 of them lost their lives, even more than that. The India Gate was to commemorate all of these people, and you can see their names engraved in the door. As you can tell, this is a pretty popular tourist spot. It's full of people and many of them are locals, as in India, not Delhi. A lot of people from India travel all the way to Delhi to see this place. And there used to be a flame here in the middle, but it was moved to another section. And even schools come here to visit the gate. Right in front of the India Gate, you can actually see where the president lives. There is an extent of 3 kilometers that you can walk if you want to visit the outside area. As I said, India has a president, but it also has a prime minister. It's a democratic republic, so this means that people can vote, but they can vote for the prime minister. The president is just a symbolic figure, the same way that the royal family is for places like England. The Prime Minister and his team selects the president, and every 5 years people can vote for a Prime Minister. Right now, Modi, it's really well known in the world because he has been in his position for 3 different terms, so 15 years. A very interesting fact about the gate that I had no idea was that it was constructed by a British architect. They were the ones who had the idea and they constructed it, and it was done before, like 50 years before the independence. Interesting facts. So this person right here is called Subhas Chandra Bose, and this monument is quite new actually. It was put here like 5 years ago, and his significance is very interesting. He was part of the group of people who were trying to get India's independence, but unlike Gandhi, he thought that the best way for independence is through war, taking arms. They both respected each other very much, but they just thought that the way to get there was different. One of the ways that he was trying to achieve this was by training men and creating the first military of India for Indians. And what he used to say was, "Give me your blood and I will give you independence." So Rizwan, why do so many people want to take picture with me and other foreigners?
Because you are very rich and maybe you came from, how can it possible you came from other country and visit in India? Because not for everyone is to take a flight, you know. And also there's not only one reason, there are different reasons also, because you are foreigners, you have like clear skin color is different, and you speak English with very fluent. And also we love to share pictures on our Instagram and say, look, I made a different friend from other country.
Wow, so they like to show off.
To show off also. So there are various reasons.
It might be the first time they see a foreigner.
It is possible because, you know, or even when I saw first time foreigner, I was like, wow.
Really? When was this? How old were you?
I was in my college, like 23, and
23?
I went in South India. I was participating in a volunteer program. I met a German girl, and I was not making friends from other students or volunteers from India. I was having friendship with her because I was so attracted for the people who are learning Indian culture. So for the respect, and also I wanted to learn people from other countries because they have different ideas of life, lifestyle, and how they are feeling in India.
What they think about India.
In India. And I love to share cultural things and historical things, and I also wanted to learn also. So it's like exchange program.
And now you have the perfect job.
I am doing that job which I love.
Yeah. And he teaches Spanish.
I teach Spanish Indians so that they can make their career in other country as well.
Amazing. Thank you, Rizwan. Stop is at Gurudwara, a Sikh temple. To my surprise, not a lot of people know about this religion. This religion is one of the biggest monotheistic religions that exist in the world. And it's pretty recent. It was created in the 14th century. And for a very important reason, the people who created it believed that Hinduism or Buddhism wasn't very equal towards all of the people because of the caste system, but also because of gender. So this religion's roots are intrinsically about everyone being equal. There's a place where you can leave your shoes and you can cover your head because everybody has to cover their head. To enter, you have to splash your feet with water because it is a symbol of purity. And you go in and you can see people from all religions. But how do you know someone is a Sikh? Well, because they have a turban on their head. The reason they have turbans is because in this religion, people are not supposed to cut their hair because the hair is something that the god nature gave you naturally, so you have to preserve it, and that's why they're wearing turbans, because they're putting all of their hair inside a bun inside the turban. That's just one of the 5 symbols that Sikhs have to carry with them every day in their life. The turban, also a little knife that kind of represents that they will fight for peace, for justice, for equality. Bracelet that is round because it symbolizes the infinity symbol. They're wearing a special underwear to show that they behave well. And they also have a tiny comb that is always inside the turban to comb their hair. It's very interesting, and that's why it's so easy to spot them, because they have the turban. And whenever you see someone with a turban, you know you can trust them, or at least that's what the religion wanted, for people to know that if they see someone from the Sikh religion, everybody will be provided with food, with shelter, with help, with medicines. There's a hospital here that you can come to for free if you need it. And there's a communal kitchen too, where they feed thousands of people, 20, 30, 40, 50 thousands of people in one single day. And that is true for all Sikh temples.
We came to the community's kitchen inside the Gurudwara, the Sikh temple. And this is completely normal. They feed people 24 hours for free. Anybody could come in. This is actually my second time here in the community kitchen eating something, but it's my first time lining up with the rest of the people. You can see many workers who are donating their time to help feed everyone. All of the people working here are doing it voluntarily because they want to help. And it's incredible. And the logistics are incredible. They feed thousands of people a day. Right now, I'm gonna eat. I think they got us something like lentils, a sarji, a potato sarji, and with carrots and potato, and also a lodhi, which is like a bread. And you can use a spoon, but you can also use your hands.
If you want, you can come here and work as a volunteer. So if you want, you can clean here, you can serve plates also, you can give food also, and you can cut vegetable also. You can also receive zapatos, También shoes also, and you can also clean this place like they are cleaning. So they all are volunteer over here. There are a lot of people come here in, especially when there is a festival. There are many less people, many less space, so they have a machine to make a roti. 1 hour, 6,000 rotis they can make.
And this is the community kitchen. You see so many volunteers, hundreds of volunteers preparing the food for 10 to 20,000 people in a normal day, but also up to 50,000 people when there are festivals. It's really incredible to see how people work so hard to feed others. And honestly, it feeds me with goosebumps, and the sense of community is super strong. Like, I am so impressed by the Sikhs.
So there are community kitchens that you can go to for free, 100% free, and people are actually welcoming you to go and take video of it and participate making roti, and if you can, volunteer, peeling potatoes, cleaning. There's something to do for everybody who wants to cooperate. If you're alone, don't be afraid to come to a Sikh temple. You will feel very, very welcomed, and they want tourists to come, so don't worry about it. It's okay. And you'll see that also people are super friendly. It doesn't matter if they're Sikhs or not. It fills your heart. And every time I've been able to meet Sikhs outside of India, they're all wonderful people. There are many Sikh temples, but this specifically one is the biggest in Delhi, and it's beautiful, so you have to come.
So we arrived to Akshardham. There's actually very bad news. We cannot enter with cameras, with backpacks, with umbrellas, toys, smartwatch, phones. Yes, that's right. We have to leave our phones here in this section. So I'm not gonna be able to bring my phone or my camera to go in and show you guys. I think I can pay someone to take a picture of me once I'm inside, but I won't be able to record anything, so I'll tell you more about it later on. And these are the few things that you cannot store here. So you can keep your passport, your money with you, your jewelry, but you cannot bring food in, or baby food. You cannot bring it in, but also you cannot store it here, so don't bring food. So we gotta fill in this little paper showing what we're keeping here, and we're gonna deposit. And once you finish writing down what you have, you're gonna bring your stuff over there. So this one is writing down all of our belongings. We're gonna keep them together, right? I'm back. It's been 4 hours since I entered the temple, and I'm shocked.
Okay, they kicked me out. They told me I couldn't record there, so I'm out now.
This is the actual wall of Akshardham. let me just tell you, I am shocked. This place is not just a temple. The first thing you saw once you bought your little tickets for 350 rupees was a room with a giant projector, like a movie theater but bigger, like an IMAX movie theater with like 360 surround sound with major graphics. That was just one. Then you went through several rooms of animatronics, like real life animatronics. I learned through these videos on animatronics that this temple is dedicated to a guru, a Hindu guru called Swami Narayan, and they were telling his life story. So there were several rooms of animatronic our size where they explain his life since he was a child to when he was older, and how he was a master yogi, and how since he was a child he knew a lot about this and he really mastered many spiritual and Hindu things. I'm not an expert, of course I'm not, but this was very interesting and insightful. And after all of the animatronic rooms, which were a lot, we went to this huge IMAX movie theater where they gave us a 1-hour video of his life story. It was in Hindu, but for us, the English speakers, they gave us headphones with translations, and it was such a good production. It looked like Hollywood, or Bollywood, may I say. It was his life story since he was a child leaving his house at 11 years old to walk through India for 7 years, you know, becoming a guru for Hinduism. So in Hinduism, there's a lot of gurus, a lot of gods, but each temple kind of is dedicated to the teachings of one. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I might very much be. And this temple, Akshardham, is for this guru. So after that, it didn't stop. There was a dancing fountain spectacle. Huge. I thought it was just gonna be fountains with some like colors. No, this was huge. I cannot tell you how many meters tall, with different laser lights and a projection on a building, and you can see different gods talking to some kid actors who came dancing with the fountains, and it was stunningly beautiful. The most beautiful fountain spectacle I've ever seen in my life. What? Not only that, you can buy popcorn and soda and these sugar rolls that were delicious, and because I actually bought them, it really felt like Disney, but for Hinduism. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Please let me know if I am, because that's not my intent, but everything was wonderful. Full of lights, very clean, of course, very well kept, a lot of bathrooms, a lot of food. Then we were able to go into the actual temple. It was huge. We went around it with a lot of marble, what I believe it was marble, sculptures of elephants, of nature, or of Hindu stories that I was not very familiar with. Thank God I had my guide with me. And then we entered the temple, and you could see the statue of Swami Narayan, and he was covered in gold, and the temple in the inside was very luxurious, very, you know, very decorated. Everything shined, and you could actually see this man's like a 300-year-old shoes and other items he used, and you could see the statues of many different gods, and people were donating. They were donating boxes everywhere, which I believe this is how this temple was constructed, out of the donations of people who follow this part of Hinduism. So after we visited the gorgeous temple, we went outside, and there was a cafeteria section with lots of different food stalls and a big cafeteria in the center, and next to it a souvenir shop. A huge souvenir shop with, you know, teachings of this guru, books, clothing, little statues, a lot of incense, and I was very shocked. I've never seen a temple like this in my life. I was really not expecting this, and I'm a little sad that I was not able to record, but at the same time I was very invested in the story because there were no distractions, and I think that's the point of the whole thing, not only to not allow people to record, but more so for people to focus on the teachings and what we're learning. So yeah, you should come to the temple. No, it's a huge place.
Hi, doggy. Hello.
It's a really beautiful place. They talk about not killing animals, being vegetarian, no violence, no war. It was very touching. It was very nice. And I really recommend it. You've never seen religion like this, ever. So if you're not religious, just come for the experience. I really recommend it. It blew my mind, and I cannot wait to come back. There was also a little boat that you can hop on and go through this, I'm not sure what story, but I was not able to make it because we didn't have enough time. But hopefully next time that I come. But I cannot recommend it enough. This was, wow. Wow. And we're gonna go to a very beautiful place. Our guide actually ordered a tuk-tuk with his Uber app. This is Agrasen Baoli, a step well that it's beautiful, or at least that's what I told my guide. And this one said that this looks like a normal well, and he has better wells in Lucknow, and that this is whatever. This is the most beautiful thing I've seen, or at least the most beautiful well I've seen in my life. Wells that I know are just a hole on the ground. And not only that, you can come here, sit down, relax with your friends when you're in a tour. It is a perfect place to rest after walking all day long. The floor is super warm, so imagine if it's really hot in the middle of the summer, you can come here and refresh. Sitting here is like the thing you do. You cannot go down. There's no more to go explore. This is it. But it's still a nice stop that I would recommend for some photos, and that's it. You can spend here 1 minute, 2, 3, 4 hours, 6 all day. And now I realize that I'm pretty exhausted. We're gonna go have some tea or any source of caffeine. And now we arrived somewhere I never thought I would be able to visit, the Hauz Ghat. It's Mahatma Gandhi's tomb. Here he was cremated, and some of his ashes are still here. People can come visit it. We had to take off our shoes out of respect, and we got really close to the tomb. It was a really strong feeling. Someone I've heard of since growing up. Everybody knows his name, but maybe not everybody knows what he did. So for a little bit of context, he achieved India's independence from the British through non-violent means. He was very strict. He really emphasized that he was the enemy of no one. He was just against injustice and inequality. Regardless of what people say, he is someone admired by many, if not most, Indians and people around the world. You can even see his face in the rupees bills. He's known for sometimes fasting until something changes. For example, back then, Muslims and Hindus would fight a lot, and they would actually have violent fights, and he starved for several days until people actually stopped fighting. His starving, his fasting, and his activism worked, and it sparked a flame on other people until India eventually gained its independence from Britain.
Here she asked me, what you have learned from Gandhi. So I have learned, if you want to change the world, you should start from yourself. Because if you will start from yourself, then first you change yourself, then your family, then your locality, then your city, then your country, and then the world. So start from yourself.
Right now we're in the Hauz Khas area. As bars, restaurants, shopping, gets the name from this specific park full of ruins. So what is this? Hauz Khas was founded in the 13th century. It originally was created as a tank, a water supply for the people of Delhi. I mean, back then it was called a city of Siri. And it used to be one of the cities next to Delhi, another name to Delhi, kind of. Anyway, and the reason it's called Hauz Khas is because that literally means royal tank of water. So this is where the royalty back then used to get the water from and also give the water to the whole population. But later on, a couple of centuries after, another Shah, another Sultan king, started building a series of structures here for his madrasa. What is a madrasa? Madrasa is like a school, mostly Islamic school, but they also taught other things or other important things. And the madrasa was so important, it was known across different cities, lands, territories, so people would travel all over the world to come here and study, not only because the education level was of top-notch quality, but also people who studied here would get a stipend, money to come here and study. So this was a very recognized area in the 15th century, kind of, but it was not only a madrasa. It had a mosque and it also has a tomb. So the Shah who constructed the madrasa at the same time constructed his tomb. And now it's a place you can come visit. The area is amazing. It really surpassed all of my expectations. In Google Maps, it was just like a park with a water. It was pretty, but I did not expect all of this really well kept ruins. It's beautiful. People can go inside. They come here to take pictures. There's a lot of little photo shoots. There's also wedding shoots. We haven't seen a bride yet, but I would like to take my wedding shoots here. And it's beautiful. It's really cool. We see lots of people, but locals, lots of locals, and we see a lot of dates. We see a lot of couples here and there, and couples that I feel like this is their intimate area, because you know, people usually live with your family, so this is a place where you can hold your boyfriend's hand for a while, I guess. So it's really cool. It's really nice. I wish I could spend the whole day here with a picnic, because it's pretty neat. And the cost for foreigners is 250 rupees, which is not that much. But for Indians, it's just 20 rupees. So completely worth it. Really cool. If you're someone who really likes paintings and colors and more modern art, this is the Lodhi Art District. There's a ton of murals. I think there's over 50 murals that you can visit and take pictures with them. Many of them actually show something important for India. For example, this is a candies vendor, and those are all traditional candies. You can also see a cow, you can see a man selling toys, and this is just this section. There's other places where you can see animals, where you can see actually current event issues. It's really nice, really beautiful, and it's a nice change from all of the temples and the thousands of year old history monuments. And we also have this mural that from afar it doesn't look like much, but it's covered with words that are important to the community. Rizwan showed me all of them. All murals are super different. They're huge, they're small. You gotta come here if you want to take really nice different pictures. And the area feels very safe, very calm, unlike many other places in Delhi. I felt very safe in Delhi so far. So this is Jama Masjid, right in the heart of the city center of Old Delhi. This is the biggest mosque in all India, and it's stunning, made with its red sand brick. Look at it. You can also go up the minaret. You can pay 100 rupees and go up till the very top. And the minaret is usually where the call to prayer goes on. So now in our days we have speakers, but back then people would actually call to prayer on the top of that minaret. The Jama Masjid was erected by the Shah Jahan, the same Shah that constructed the Taj Mahal. He decided to create the biggest mosque his empire has ever seen, and still is one of those. And in just 6 years, he was able to complete this magnificent piece. It doesn't matter what religion you are, you're able to come in as long as you're respectful. You have your arms covered, your legs covered as well. And if you're not covered enough, they're gonna give you some clothes to put on top, but you have to rent it. You're able to pray if you want to, if you're from any other religion, as long as you follow the rules and you're respectful, of course.
Welcome to you all. We are in Jama Masjid, one of the biggest mosques of India in Delhi. So here you can see this mosque built by Shah Jahan. It was the last monument he constructed, and later you can see there is a Delhi Red Fort here also. And here you can see this mosque. There are two pillars also. I am giving a basic information. And here you can see this pond. Here you can clean your hand, mouth, face, and your leg, your ears 3 times, and that's process called wazu. Before prayer you have to clean. That is this process called wazu, and then you can go inside and you can do prayer. And in this mosque, this place is for men and for women. They can do prayer over there, and also that place also, and here also. Yeah, you can wash over there also.
As a foreigner, do I have to wash too?
No. You can. You if you want, you can. But there's.
I don't have to, but
no,
I can.
You can. Okay, you can. No problem. You can wash.
Okay.
Here there is no water because very soon Ramzan will start, so they are going to put fresh water over here.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So as Rizwan said, in the Islam religion, you have to wash 3 times before going into the mosque. So there's this special section where people come and there's water provided for everyone. There's a long section for you to do it. Very cool. Very amazing. We just exited Jama Masjid, and as you can see, everything lies below because it was constructed at the top of a little hill because the Shah wanted to be like, you know, on top of everything. And there's a pretty good view from here. Now it's just a market, and on that way is Chandni Chowk, or in some way, not idea where.
There's so much to see in this city. It's loud, it's raw, messy, but if you just let go and flow with it, you'll have an unforgettable experience. This was just one of my videos of India, and there's so much more coming. So if you liked it, don't forget to like, subscribe, tell me in the comments what did you like the most, and see you in the next one.